Let us now understand or learn how to use Excel with Copilot. This is going to be an extremely detailed video covering every single possible aspects of using Copilot with Excel. Let's get started without wasting a lot of your time. This is a short video from Microsoft about the possibilities of Copilot in Excel, and it beautifully explains all that can be done with Copilot. So starting from analyze this quarter's business results and summarize three key trends. It gives us the trends. Show me a breakdown of Prosware sales growth, and it created a chart for us. Help me visualize what contributed to the decline. Apply, and it applied the data. Keep it. What would have happened if reusable containers had maintained? So what if? You can also apply the what if, the projections, and a lot. So it created a model of what if and the projections of Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4 depending on different information. Show me the impact of this. So it does all of these different calculations, shows you different possibilities, and it does it all extremely well. So now let's start with setting up Copilot in Excel. So to set up Copilot in Excel, you do not need much but just a Copilot Pro account, and you need to make sure that once you have signed up for the Copilot Pro, you have your Excel updated. So if you go to file and come to account, you need to make sure that your Excel is updated. So it will check for updates and it will update it, and once it's updated, you will find that you have Copilot added to your home tab. It will take a while. If you haven't updated it for quite some time, it is going to take a while, but since I updated it recently, I have Copilot on my tab, and here it is. One more thing that you need to make sure is that you have the autosave feature turned on when you're using Copilot. Your file should be on a drive. That means your file should be saved on a cloud and not your local drive for Copilot to work, because it has to extract the data, extract the information, and if it is not available on a drive, it won't be able to do it. What are the possibilities? You will see a lot of different things that you can do, but the most important thing is if you are analyzing a set of data, you need to make sure that this data is in a table format. You apply the format as table, and you make sure that the data is in a tabular format for Copilot to understand the data better and give you the results even better. Once you have this, you will see a range of different options, right from create to understand and to edit. Ask Copilot, show data insights, show a suggestion for formula column, suggest conditional formatting, and a lot of different things that you see when you are using Copilot. Now let's look at the Copilot pane. The Copilot pane, that's right here on the right for you. When you click on the Copilot icon, it comes up. You'll see a range of options here, like we just discussed. Starting from create, suggest a formula column. It creates or adds a formula column. It understands, shows data insights. It edits, highlight all cells with something, and then you can ask Copilot to different things if you are not sure how to do it. Then if you click on that arrow, you can move the Copilot icon, you can resize, you can ask for help, or you can close it. So you can choose to move, you can resize, okay, or you can close. That's all. Then if you come towards the bottom, you will see there are different options called show data insights, show a suggestion for a formula column, suggest conditional formatting, and so on. Then you have a mesh prompt input place where you can input the prompts. Then you have this view prompts. Once again, you get create, understand, edit, and ask. Then you have view more prompts. Here you can view more prompts that Copilot suggests based on the table that you have or based on the things that you can do with your table. Okay, So you'll find all of these: CEO data, visualize, check for outliers, apply color scale, find insights, and a whole lot of things. Let's close this. Then you have the option to enable your microphone and speak your prompt instead of typing it out. And once you have done that, you simply can send your prompts by clicking on the arrow. That's disabled because we haven't written any prompt right now. Next is Copilot Insights. Once you have understood the Copilot pane, next is Copilot Insights. What is this? Let's see. So you see you have an option called Show Data Insights. That's Copilot Insights for you. I will click on Show Data Insights and let's figure out what are the different options that we see. Show Data Insights, it's working on it, understanding my data, looking at data range A1 to J51. So that's A1 to J51 for us. And here it is showing me the first insight of total sales by sales date. I analyze data in A1. If I click on add to a new sheet, it will add the data for me. So yeah, if you closely look at the data, you need to make sure that the data is accurate, right? You cannot completely depend on an AI generated result. So this pivot chart shows how total sales by with detailed figures for each date. If I click on, can I see more insights? I analyze data this, and here's what I want: quantity by reason. So the reason wise the quantity is here. That's again makes a lot of sense. I can keep adding more insights. Category computer has noticeably higher unit price. So again, depending on what you want, you can either keep generating, or you can keep clicking on can I get further insights, or you can just ask a follow-up question based on the insight that it just provided. So once you have different insights, different data set, if you want to make Copilot forget what or erase the memory and restart, you click on change topic, it changes the topic, and then you again click on show data insights. So it might give you something new, or it might start from the first one that it had created for you. It created the first chart that it had first created for us. If I click on add all insights to grid, it beautifully adds all the insights that it had created in the past into a beautiful grid pattern, right from total sales by sales date, quantity by region, computers, category, electronics, frequency of quantity, quantity and unit price, and then we see all the pivot table below it. That's the beauty of Copilot, and how beautifully it does or creates different type of data insights for you. An amazing result, I would say, and all of this makes a lot of sense. Okay, if I click on change topic, it will once again erase the memory and start fresh. Next is visualizing data and insights. Now, very similar to how we created insights, let's see what we have here. Click on not now. Based on the data, I either click on show data insights once again. It's going to understand my data, analyze my data, and create a chart for me. That was a total sales by sales date. I can now further ask a question to create some specific kind of visualization that I want to see. Please create, let's say, clustered that shows total sales by categories. Working on it. Let's see what Copilot comes up with. Analyzing, and when Copilot takes so much of time, you can be sure that Copilot is going to give you some kind of an output. Now here I have sum of total sales by categories. So I have accessory wise total sales. Now Copilot gives us some follow-up questions based on the chart that it just created. That is total unit price of salesperson excluding Betty Cox, percentage of total unit price that comes from region East, category with total sales higher than 129,000, and so on. I click on add to a new sheet, it's going to add this data into a new sheet. On the left we have the pivot table, and on the right we have the pivot chart created. At the bottom we have total sales. On the left we have category. Let's go further. Go back to data and ask a different question this time. Let's say we say create a pie chart with region wise sales. Makes a lot of sense, right? We have regions and I want to see what region made what sales. It's analyzing, and we are going to have the result. Oh wow, it created a beautiful colorful pie chart for us, and now we can simply choose to add it to the new sheet. We click on add to new sheet, added inserted this pie chart into a new sheet. Now let's say I want to add percentage value in the pie chart. Will it do it if I add something over here? Add percentage value to the pie chart. Well, it's not going to do it because we are not in the table but we are in the pie chart, and Copilot cannot work on a pivot table. I don't analyze pivot tables and charts and sheets. I can help you if you select the source table and try your question again. So let's come back to the source table and ask it a different prompt this time. Create a pie chart that shows region wise total sales and also gives me a percentage value in terms of total sales. It might not give me what exactly I am looking for, but let's see what Copilot does. It's analyzing and it's preparing the data for us. Here it is, but I don't see percentage added. No, it did not. To see the percentage, still add this to a new sheet. Let's find out if what it did in terms of percentage. Sorry, I'm having trouble working on prompts right now. We keep trying this with different prompts and see if we can get the right output, but if not, we have different ways to add percentage value and I'll show you how. But that surely won't be using Copilot. It added a new sheet. Did it? No, I'm having trouble working on the prompts right now. Let's not further try the same prompt again. Go back to the sheet, click on the pie chart, and go to data labels. It added the data label. I want this data label to be percentage. Okay, I click on more options, and over here I'll click on percentage and unclick value. So I only want to see percentage. Now where do I want to position it? Outside, inside, best fit. So we can try different options and we see the percentage value right here. We come back to the table, close Copilot, or maybe we open it once again, and we can keep adding new prompts and giving information about the kind of data we want. So let's say we ask a new prompt this time. Please create a chart that shows month-wise growth in sales and also compare the same with the previous month sales. And let's see what Copilot does for us. It understands my data, analyzes it, and it gives me a table this time. I'm not sure if this makes a lot of sense, but yeah, we can now ask follow-up questions. show total sales by sales date as a line chart, how many regions of north, and so on. So let's click on show total sales in a line chart. Analyzing, and here we have the line chart. We click on add to new sheet once it finishes up, and it adds the data to a new sheet. We have date wise line chart done with the date on the x-axis and the sales on the y-axis. Next is sorting, highlighting and filtering using Copilot. Can you do it? Yes, you can. Let's figure it out. So let's come back to our previous data set. We delete all the previous ones just to keep the sheet clean. Okay, and we are done. Now we have a blank, not a blank, the original data table. I click on change topic. Why I do this? So that Copilot erases the previous memory and does not just keep following up with a different question based on the previous prompt. Rather, we start with a new one. So here we have it. I click on show prompts. Over here I click on edit. So when I click on edit, I have different options like highlight, short, filter, and apply a red, yellow, green color scale. I click on filter. So the prompt that it suggests me when I click on filter or short, maybe short, one thing that we need to understand is it only sorts in ascending or descending order. In no order does Copilot work right now. So sort by categories. Right now we have electronics, accessories, computers, office accessories, all jumbled up. But let's see if Copilot does the sorting of electric category in an ascending or in descending order. So by default, I think it would be ascending. It would start from A and end up with C. So apply a custom sort on column category in table sales data. Apply, and so it applies. Yes. So we now have the data sorted ascending from starting from A to Z. That's how you use sorting. Let's move on with adding formulas with Copilot. How do we do that? Okay, we once again click on change topic. It removes all of it. We go back to view prompts and create. Now add a column that combines, add a column to extract, add a column that calculates, and so on. We click on add a column that calculates, maybe that or something else. Let's see. So add a column that calculates. We already have total sales. The percentage of total sales to the grand total makes a lot of sense. Working on it, understanding our data, and will it add a new column? Yes, it will. Generating formula column suggestions for A1 to J51, and here we have it. I click on insert column and it inserts the column for us. Do you see this? How magical and how quick it was to add a new column with a new formula, and Copilot did it all for us. Let's say now I move on to the next one, the next formula that we want to add. The next question that I am going to ask would be, let's say add a column to extract, or maybe add a column that add two columns that extracts instead of combines, gives the first name and last name of the salesperson. Enter. Let's see, the salesperson have one column right now with their full name, and I'm expecting Copilot to give me the first name and last name of the salesperson separately. Let's see if Copilot does this. And wow, it has done it. Finishing up, insert columns, and here we have it. First name and the last name. That's wow. Anything more that you think you can ask? Let's try it out. So I inserted first name and last name to columns L and M. That's cool. So a suggestion for a formula column. Let's say we don't know what formulas can be added. So I'm asking Copilot to suggest a suggestion for a formula column, and it is going to generate some suggestions for me. So this is giving me the total revenue, which we already have as total sales, so I don't think we need it. Give me another column suggestion, and it created a total revenue, create sales year column. Let's say we create a sales year column. We do not have any sales year column, right? We have the sales date. So will it extract the year from the date? Let's see. It's going to understand the data, and yes, it created the year column for us. I also want, let's say, the month column to be added. I once again give it a different prompt this time. So instead of year, I write month. And working on it, understanding your data, analyzing the data, generating formula column suggestions, and we are going to have it in a minute. And here we have it, sales month, insert column, and we have all the months right here in front of you. That's how easy and quick. So I was surprised the first time when it extracted the month for me. That was really, really interesting. Give it a try and figure it out. Asking Copilot questions. Yes, you can ask Copilot different questions based on the data that you have, based on the table that you have. So what could these questions be? Let's find it out. So that's our table, and I want to ask some questions. So I click on change topic to erase the memory and start fresh from this data. Ask a question or tell me what you would like to do with A1 to O52. Let's say I ask who was the best performing salesperson. Enter. Copilot is going to analyze the entire table, and give me the best performing salesperson's name with what was his total sales. And here it is. So Jane Smith, the best performing salesperson is Jane Smith with total sales of 20,999.70. See the pivot table that's above this message for more details. So you have all the details right here. You can click on add to a new sheet, and the data gets added to a new sheet. So what is the total sales of each salesperson? So these are some random questions that you can think of, or that Copilot could think of, and suggests you with the prompts. It's analyzing the table once again, and it gave you the data. Salesperson wise total sales. The total sales of each salesperson are displayed in the pivot chart above. Add to a new sheet. And here we have the list of salespeople with the sum of total sales, and a pie chart as well for the same. I go back to the data and ask for maybe more questions. Show the total sales for each region, or maybe let's see what other things that we can ask Copilot. View more prompts, or how can Copilot help? Now Copilot is suggesting me the things with which it can help me. Add columns, sort, filter and apply formatting, find insights like trends, summaries and comparison. Let's see. What has the trend been for sales? Let's see if Copilot gives me an answer. Okay, I clicked on something, so it did not generate the result. Let's ask this question once again. What has the trend been around? What has the trend been around sales? Understanding your data, analyzing the data. It analyzed the data and gave me the result. But it analyzed the data only for a particular region, that is the South region shows a decrease in total sales over time. For more details, please refer to the pivot chart above. I added, and here I have it only for the South, but you also see there's a filter there. So if you click on that filter and change it, this would change the pie chart as well. Let's ask another question if it can give me for all the regions. Create a trend line for all the regions. It might not, because I was not very clear with the prompt. So you need to make sure that you are very clear with what you're asking Copilot if you want to get the results. So I couldn't find a table or data range that answers your questions, though I only work with data in a table or range. So because I did this where? In the chart, and that is why it did not give me the result. So I come back to the table and now ask for a question. Create a trend line for all the regions. Total sales for all the regions. It's analyzing the data, and here we have. So instead of a line chart, it gave me a table and the trend. There are further follow-up questions that we have here, and it also says that I could not create a line chart, but it explains what it exactly did. Let's say we click on the next follow-up question, total quantity for product name excluding Apple AirPod Pro. We click on total quantity. Okay, understands the data, analyzing it, and here we have it. So all the products except the Apple AirPod Pro comes up with the quantity, and here you have it. Next is Copilot Lab. Now what is this Copilot Lab? Let's find it for ourselves. You click on view prompts, view more prompts. So that's a sneak peek into Copilot Lab. So prompts from Copilot Lab, depending on the task that you have in hand. You want to maybe edit something, create something, or understand something. It would accordingly suggest you the best prompts. So spot trends, extract text, calculate based on the other tables, split text, look up data, compare columns, understand my data, extract the month, combine columns, and so on. So these are all the different type of prompts that will get you thinking about what you want and what can Copilot do. Now if you click on see all prompts, let's say you do not find the relevant prompt here, you click on see all prompts and you come to the Copilot Lab page, and you will find all the different prompts that Copilot has. You can select the app, Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote. You can select the task, create, edit, task, understand, catch up, manage, and then you can select the job type. Accordingly, it will filter the prompts for you to try. So these are different prompts for different applications, right? Because right now we have not selected any particular app. These are different prompts for different languages. Let's select Excel here and see the prompts that are relevant to Excel only. Click on show more and it will give you more prompts that you can consider. Yeah, that's this. Next, moving on to what's new in Copilot. We click on what's new and we see the latest updates from Copilot. So things that when you tried last was not there must have gotten added, and this is the place where you see it. Improvements based on your feedback, creating presentations from information in PDF, generating summaries based on multiple emails. So these are the June updates. Add an agenda, refine your messages for more effective, create brochures or newsletters for multiple files, and so on. You have May updates. You have the monthly updates that has gone into Copilot. You can see all of those updates right here. Then so you have explore in products, all the different products that Copilot has, getting started, and what's new. That's Copilot Lab for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do not forget to hit on the like and the subscribe button. I'll be waiting for your feedback, and should you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. Also in the description you will find a link to a complete Excel course from beginners to advanced using ChatGPT and AI. The link is in the description below should you want to get access to that course. I'm offering it at a very special price only for you, and I'll wait for you inside. Have a great and a wonderful day. Bye bye.